only me. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna have to stand in the back because I will tower over Al.
You're towering over me and I don't mind. No, I like cities. Oh,
So, the other thing,
and here, and you're okay.
the other thing to know, you got
I'm stringing this up for the singers. Thank you.
so do this one,
Oh, I love this song.
and just know that we're gonna start doing
Just do what they do.
and this has changed. Because this is
Well, yeah, I will.
and then the meditation is simple. And
I'm surprised it's okay.
the meditation is simple. What sitting next to you is when you come when you come back after the meditation. But when you need to practice vision.
So be careful here because this is clear.
Thank you.
Always. Good morning. Welcome to Unity Spiritual Center of Portland. My name is Reverend Sydney. And today you are joining us for a really, really special, okay, I feel like Ed Sullivan. It's a really, really good show. We have Reverend Diane Borsakowski, we have our glory singers, and we have people in the sanctuary. So if you want to join us, you have time. Just get your masks on and dash over here, and we would love to have you. And right now, whether you are joining us from your room at home or this room here, we are going to enter the upper room and recognize that we are welcome here. 2, 3, 4. La 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 la. The right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place, yeah, at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. Hey singers, I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is a welcome here. Oh, my soul is a welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. La 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 la. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place, yeah, at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is a welcome here. Oh, my soul is a welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is a welcome here. Oh, my soul is a welcome here. Oh, my soul is a welcome here. You know that I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome. 2, 3, 4. My soul is a welcome here. My soul is a welcome here. My soul is a welcome here. You know that my soul is a welcome here. Good morning and welcome. And so it is.
Good morning indeed, and welcome to Unity Spiritual Center of Portland. I am Reverend Diane Borsakowski, filling in for Reverend Lisa today on this very, very warm Sunday. There's air conditioning here. In fact, it's a little cold. Could you turn it down?
Never.
Not gonna happen.
Not on your life. Ain't gonna happen.
Well, if you are joining us for the first time, whether here today in the presence of the sanctuary or if you are online watching us, we welcome you, and you are here by divine appointment, and we are so pleased to have you. I want to begin today's service with a little invocation, a welcoming of spirit into this space, if you will join me. So as we know right now, there is no place where spirit is not. It is all. God is all there is. And it encompasses everything and every one of its creations. And we feel that presence right now as we prepare ourselves to receive new insights, the revealing of whatever it is that we need to know or hear today. We are open to that. And so as we prepare our soul space for all good things, we simply release and let go of anything that is unlike spirit, unlike the good, and just set it aside for now and know that whatever needs to be revealed to move us forward on our healing paths is being brought forth here and now. And so in this perfect place of receptivity and openness and, oh yes, joy, we say yes to God, yes to this glorious day, even yes to the heat, because all of it is good and very good, and so it is.
I wore comfortable shoes today because I'm going back and forth, so just bear with me. I have a few announcements. First of all, we want to welcome everyone again. We're very, very glad that you're here. If you're new, please make sure that you pick up a welcome packet. We still do welcome packets, right? Anybody want to tell me? We do. Yes, we do. There's one right here. And so they're out on that table. Make sure you get one because it'll tell you all about us. Happy Pride Month, by the way. There is a booklet outside in the foyer that is called Worthy that has been published by Unity World Ministries that is really, really powerful. So whether you are anywhere on the gender spectrum or you're someone who is challenged or not challenged, but wanting to know more and to be able to support and move forward and grow in your own understanding and compassion, this is a great booklet. I really, really recommend it. And it's free. July 4th, there's a picnic. It's right here. After the service, we are providing cupcakes, watermelon, and beverages. Bring your own lunch and enjoy the day. Larry Wilder is one of our members, one of our friends, and he's going to come and play music for us, and it'll be Americana. You'll have a wonderful time. So bring a chair. It says volunteer to help us put the pop-ups up. The pop-ups, I think they mean this shade, but a pop-up up is I kind of like saying pop-up. The heat has officially gotten to me. All right, this is for those of you who are participating at home. We need your support to help host our Zoom and Facebook feed online. Now, this is a wonderful way to socialize and still stay socially distanced. We have a script for you. We have all of it, and all you do is respond and type hello, how are you answers. And it's actually really, really fun. It's a good way to participate, and it's vital to what we do here. It's not a little tiny piece. It's a big piece. Our chaplains have been doing this for more than the last year, and they're all they're curled up at home in fetal positions because they're tired now. And so they would like your support. So call Beth in the office, and she will help you with that. Youth ministry is open, and we are meeting in person. Barbara is here. She's in the house, and she's lonely. She needs kids. So bring your kids. Come on, we're here. We're keeping them safe. We're keeping them distanced, and we're keeping them engaged. So we would love to have you here. You can call the office or email youthministry@unityofportland.org and get more information. If you need prayer, we have prayer chaplains available to pray with you here in the building, or you can sign up on what do we have? Prayer request forms left in a prayer box. We always pray for you. And, we have an offering basket. We're not doing the hand-to-hand offering, tithes and offerings yet. So at the conclusion of the service, we will do our affirmation. But there is a box out there. You can also do it online, and you can call. So we'll talk about that a little bit more later. And what do I want to say right now? I want to, again, welcome you. whether you are here or you are someplace else, we encourage and embrace and honor all paths to God. And if this is an environment and a teaching that you resonate with and it works for you, keep engaging, keep coming back, keep signing on. We would love to know more about you. We'd love to support you on your journey because everybody deserves to have a spiritual home. If it doesn't work for you, then keep searching. Find that place that makes your heart beat faster, that supports your soul, that supports your growth as a spiritual being. We have a blessing, we say, and we'd like to say it. And whether you're new here or not, let's all say it to ourselves and to each other. And we say, we love you, we bless you, and we welcome you. Let's do it together. We love you, we bless you, and we welcome you. Thank you, thank you. Now, we're going to stand up and sing. Oh, there's so much excitement about this. Come on now, stand up and sing. Don't make me work so hard. It's 113 degrees out there. Holy moly. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the love, wash over us. We let it be. Let the joy, we let the joy wash over us. We let it be. We let the peace wash over us. We let it be. I know that today a dream reveals itself. So we let it be. It's a new idea, a brighter light. We let it be. We let it be. We let it be. We let it be. So we can't walk around and hug each other and shake hands and all of that, but what I would like you to do is just take a moment, look around, see each other, wave, touch your hearts, embrace within and embrace without later, but keep your masks on, and just recognize this is a community, this is a home, and we are so happy that you are here. Thank you very much. We're going to step into a moment of meditation now, so I want to invite you to take your seats and get comfortable and allow this music to lead you into a deeper knowing, a deeper place of simply breathing, of listening, and if you're comfortable, I invite you to close your eyes. I am remembering who I am. 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 Who am I? I am a child of the light. I am a whole and perfect expression of that light.
I am remembering that I am God, individually expressing. I am remembering that there is nothing I cannot be, do, or have. I am remembering that I am connected and strong. I am remembering that every cell and atom of my body is contained within the perfect divine blueprint of Spirit, my Creator, my Sustainer, my Beloved. That God is all I need, because I am remembering that God is all I am. And I do so remember in the silence who I am. And out of the silence, out of the darkness, comes the light of understanding, the light of truth, the light that shines on everything and everyone, revealing us to be whole, perfect, and complete. There are no missing parts. There is nothing left out. All that we need is available, is in this present moment. And as I remember who I am, I go forth in peace, in love, in wholeness, and in beauty. And so it is.
Who little stones are smooth. Only once the water passes through. So I am a stone, rough and grainy still, trying to reconcile this river's chill. But when I close my eyes and feel you rushing by, I know that time brings change, and change takes time. And when the sunset comes, my prayer would be this one, that you might pick me up and notice that I am just a little smoother in your hand. Sometimes raging wild, sometimes swollen high, never have I known this river dry. The deepest part of you is where I want to stay and feel the sharpest edges wash away. And when I close my eyes and feel you rushing by, I know that time brings change, and change takes time. And when the sunset comes, my prayer would be this one, that you might pick me up and notice who I am, and that I'm just a little smoother in your hand. Rolling river God, little stones are smooth. Only once the water passes through.
Reverend Sidney Lehman-Steen, thank you. Beautiful. That song really moves me a lot. I only knew the words to it because Sidney sent them to me in advance so I might be able to incorporate that message with my message. But that music along with those words, Rolling River God, beautiful. You know, sometimes as we go through the river and we bump up against the stones in life, it feels a little, maybe I feel a little hesitant saying that it could be painful. But I realize also that I am so much more than the bumps up against the stones, and so are you. Emerson said, "Get your bloated nothingness out of the way of the divine circuits." Isn't that fabulous? The first time I heard that was in ministerial school about 5,000 years ago. And I remember guffawing because I had a lot of bloated nothingness, and it was just so in the way. And that's what I want to talk about today, to see if you and I, we share a common experience of being human, but we also share a common experience of being aware that we are spiritual beings in these human suits. And that awareness is the key to everything. That will help us move outside that bloated nothingness when we rub up against the stones and we get furious or we get afraid or we get frustrated. Whatever it is, we need to step aside and get out of the way of the divine circuits so that they may flow through us and it works through us. So do you ever feel like your life is working in some ways, but not others? Do you wonder why that is, why you're so good at some things and why other things hit you in a way that just sends you off your center? Why sometimes you might feel like you're living in a responsive, orderly universe and manifesting a happy life, and other times it couldn't be more chaotic or even painful. Wouldn't you like to be a little bit more masterful in the universe of your own creation? So that's the key to today's talk. It's getting us to a place where we become awake to the fact that we can be more masterful at living our lives, more masterful at staying out of the way of the divine circuits. Now, the reason that sometimes life is more chaotic or painful is not because divine law and order stopped working. It's because we stopped working with it. Now, perhaps we step outside of alignment and block the flow with our frustrations and our fears. Sometimes we resist what we may know to be the way to harmonious living. Whatever that mechanism is that makes us resist what's good for us. And other times we might just be ignorant of the law and how the law works in our lives and our creations. Or another part of the word ignorant is ignore. So we're not really ignorant, but we may ignore what we know to be true. This spiritual path is full of possibilities and opportunities to ignore what we know that supports us or to use what we know that supports us, to choose. So today I'm speaking about living in divine order, about how to live in harmony with the order in the universe. The universe has what I think of sometimes as a divine business plan. It's knowable by everyone in the company, and it's workable if we work it, and it's reproducible by absolutely everyone. See, I love teaching spiritual laws and how to use them because selfish reasons. As I teach, I learn them more deeply. I'm reminded, because I have to come up with the words, the explanations of how to use these laws that I'm talking about. So in that coming up with those things, I come up with a new layer of understanding or new realization how I have or have not been in alignment with the laws of the universe. I'm reminded when I teach to practice much more fervently because, you know what? There's a payoff. They work. The spiritual laws of this universe, when they become clearer, when they are practiced, keyword there, make life work more smoothly, more fluidly, and in divine order. I rather like living in alignment with spirit. I am not a fan of chaos. There was a time in my life when I was maybe more fond of it without being aware of the fact. I was kind of what I call a drama queen. But without going into that history, I find at this point in time in my experience of life and study that I abhor drama. I push it away from me as soon as I see it coming. There is no benefit in it anymore. I don't get attention from it, or if I did, I don't want that attention. God works through its spiritual laws, and it works through me, and it works through you. And there is always orderly response from the laws of this universe. There is an orderly response to the use of all those laws. The thing that we are learning as students of truth, all of us, is that we can deepen and learn to depend on the universe to never step outside the laws or the order of things for any reason ever, not even for what we call miracles or spiritual phenomenon. That is a part of order. That is why in unity and religious science and metaphysical organizations, we speak of the man Jesus, the human being that walked the earth over 2,000 years ago. We speak of Jesus as a man who was the great example, not the great exception. He said, "These things I do, you can do also, and even greater." How does that hit you when you hear that? Thinking of Jesus' walk and his teachings. These things I do, you can do also, and even greater. Now, he just looked real good back in the day, I imagine, because he had such a masterful use of spiritual laws that effected healings. And he wowed everybody. I mean, can you imagine being in that presence? He wowed everybody, but that was not because he was special. And it's a good thing he wasn't special. We don't need a Superman. We need a man, a human, who can show us how to be a conduit through which it can be revealed in its wholeness and perfection. So he was not special. It was because he was advanced. He was advanced in his relationship with the divine. It was because he was in alignment with the way the law works and operates, in harmony with the order of the universe. Our relationship with the divine, and it is a relationship, and should be treated as a most glorious and special one. Our relationship with the divine turns out to be all that really matters. As I've grown older and I've been accustomed to listening to what people enjoy and what they don't, I see that people often say love is all that matters, and family is all that matters. And I'm here to say, beyond those wonderful things, our relationship with the divine is the all that matters in this life. So this is why spiritual practice, meditation, contemplation, affirmative prayer, these things are so important, because they are the tools through which we develop our divinity. We develop within our divinity. We develop the relationship with spirit in those times. Like the song, "The stones in the rolling river God." We are learning to get smoother, because sometimes life rages wild. Sometimes the water is swollen high. But if we have a practiced relationship with that river God, with the divine flow, like Jesus did, the challenges of life enter into the flow with us, and they go with the flow, and the sharp edges get washed away. I believe it's possible to live in the flow of divine order and harmony all the time. I believe it is possible. That doesn't mean that there will be no challenges or conflicts, because that's what makes us alive. Having the challenge to become more, to express more fluidly. And that brings conflict. Just like the ocean hitting the sand, it's grinding away at the beach. That's conflict. But it does mean we must maintain our peace and our harmony as our life moves through River God. Now, here's an example that we are all familiar with and can all understand. Metaphysical teachers bring this up all the time, and I'm going to do it again. The physical laws of electricity operate within orderly rules, and they respond to everyone alike. If you turn on a light switch, it will light the room. If I do the same thing, it will do the same thing too. The room illuminates at the touch of a light switch. However, if you stick your finger in an electric light socket, you could electrocute yourself, as could I. The laws of electricity and the order of things in this universe respond to all alike. They are no respecter of persons. They are impersonal. They just respond. They do what they are meant to do. And notice that electricity, whether it lights your home or electrocutes you, does not make it good in one instance and bad in another. It is what it is, electricity. We ascribe the meaning to the results of the laws that we use. The mathematical laws and order of things are dependable and reliable and impersonal. They are not good and they are not bad. They are what they are, and the results we determine are life-giving or life-defeating. Now imagine, just for a minute, if we didn't have order in this universe. Imagine if you turned on a light switch one day, assuming the light bulb is good. If you turned on a light switch one day and got light, but the next day you did it, you got no light. What would you think? Why doesn't this work? Yikes, it makes no sense. I can't depend on electricity. What if the light liked me better than you? And when I turned on the switch, I got light, but you didn't. How could you operate in a world if the laws operated differently for you than they did for me? They don't. What if you lived in a world where things operated differently for you and me? Then that would mean they would have had to operate differently for Jesus. But they didn't. They work the same. And we can do what Jesus did and even greater because of the order in the universe. See, if they didn't operate the same, we couldn't trust this life. We couldn't make sense of it. We'd have chaos. But we can trust it because of a universe of divine order. Now, the only reason it appears that sometimes life does not work well or is untrustworthy is because of some degree of ignorance on our part. Somewhere, somehow, there is something missing, something we don't know, or we're refusing to re-know. Now, that's true about working toward a healing in your body or working on a car to fix it. What are you unaware of or ignorant of or ignoring, or how are you out of alignment with the nature of the universe so as to block the flow of law and order in some area of your life? Somewhere, somehow, we are out of alignment if it's not working. It's us, not the law. It's not divine order that is out of order. It's us. So how do we get back into alignment when things are not working in our bodies or the body of our affairs? Now, the next thing I'm going to say is profound. So get ready. It's really simple, but it's really profound. The answer to how we get back into alignment when things are not working in our bodies or the body of our affairs is we have to turn away from the problem. We have to. And turn toward the truth of our being. And that truth is that there is one life, and that life is God, and that life is our life. And we cannot be separate from it. We can think we are, but that doesn't make it so. But we can separate ourselves from it in our beliefs. But there is one mind, and that mind is God, and that mind is our mind. So this means we have access. We have access to everything that we could possibly need to know at any given moment. But we may disbelieve that and shut ourselves down. We get our bloated nothingness again in the way of the divine circuits. With our disbelief, we step outside of alignment with harmony, flow, peace, and order. And thus we separate ourselves from our good. The other day, I plugged in my RV into an outdoor outlet outside my house. Now, it always works just fine because I have a converter that gives me I don't know how to explain it. You know probably more than I do. But it's a converter and a surge protector, okay? So it works just fine being plugged into the house. Because there's no 30 amp outlet available, I'm not in an RV park at my house, so I don't have one of those. Well, everything in the RV house works fine when I do that, except the air conditioner. Well, that thing evidently requires so much power. It turns out, I found out, that if I do not have 30 amps of power, it overloads the system, and the circuit breaker in my house blows. Okay. I didn't know that. I was ignorant to that the air conditioner would be an exception here. Now I have found out that I have to use the generator in my RV to start up the air conditioner if I'm not plugged in to a 30 amp outlet. Now, that's the order of things surrounding the law of electricity as it has to do with my RV. Well, no big deal, right? It made a switch flip in the circuit breakers. But what if I make it bigger than that? What if life gets more complicated for me than temporary ignorance of the way the laws work? What if I get all upset about that outage and feel like the divine does not like me, or I'm not good enough to have air conditioning, and therefore my outlet is mean, my RV is mean, God is mean, life sucks? It's a quick trip sometimes to Life Sucks. Well, as it happens, I didn't get that upset. There are 2 electrical panels that are in my new house. It's a new-to-me house. I just moved in there. So I'm not real familiar with what happens in that house yet. But there are 2 of those circuit breaker panels. One of them is downstairs outside the kitchen area, and one of them is upstairs. And all the circuits in the panels are labeled beautifully by the former owners. Very convenient. None of them, however, mentioned the circuit that blew in the laundry room and the outside wall to the laundry room where the RV was hooked up. I switched on and off every one of those circuits, but nothing. So then I thought, maybe that GFI thingy went bad, because I couldn't click it and make it reset. So I called my handyman. He's wonderful. He knows how to do everything. But he made me go through all those darn circuits again while we were on the phone. Still, one by one, nothing. Now, since he was camping for Father's Day, he could not come to my rescue at that particular time, for 5 days, in fact. So I had no washer and dryer and no light in the laundry room and no RV. So he couldn't figure it out either when he finally did come. He was stumped. He got really frustrated because he knows how to do everything. So this was not only non-productive, but his ego was a little bit involved. I got frustrated. All I could think by that time was, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to call in a professional electrician. You know how much that costs? Oh, it could cost up to $1,000 to find out why no power was being fed to that socket. My handyman, Dan, said, there has to be a bad circuit. It has to be. A bad wire maybe up into the attic or something, because this does not make sense. He said, you know what? You should call that home inspector you had here and tell him he missed something. Make him come out here and take responsibility for it. It was working when the home inspector was here, and it's been working since February. So I knew how frustrated he was getting. After much ado and many light boxes and fixtures opened and closed, screwed and unscrewed, I finally said to Dan, I'm just going to let you go now, okay? It'll come to us. So he went on his way. And when he left, it was quiet. And I started thinking, I don't know anything about electricity or how to fix it, but I do know about spiritual laws. I know about spiritual laws, the divine law and order. And that came to mind, especially since I was working on this talk, coincidentally. See, I'm teaching myself. So when Dan left, I sat down and I started mulling over what had transpired. How frustrated I felt and fearful that I would have an unexpected big expense in an electrician. What I needed to do right then and there was to call on a higher order. And to do that, I needed to quiet my mind. So I meditated for a little while and, first of all, cleared my feeling world of frustration and fear. And how I did that to support you was by reminding myself that there is a higher order here. And I don't have to know anything about it because it's working through me. But I have to get out of the way. I am one with that higher order. Everything is known in divine mind, and I am one with that mind. And that the laws of electricity do not misbehave, nor do they dislike me. And right in that moment, aha, I forgot. I have a home warranty. I forgot. My realtor gave it to me as a present, a closing present on my house, a home warranty. They'll send somebody in, a professional electrician, and my copay is $75, not $1,000. So that ended my fears, of my woes of the electrician. How could I have forgotten that? How could I have forgotten that? My mind was crammed with, it's not working. How do we make it work? Dan can't make it work. There was no room for, oh, it's okay, Dan, I'll just call my home warranty company. Duh. Well, peace began to enter in, so I continued to sit and meditate some more and experience the gratitude that it had gotten through to me. My handyman's comments came to mind now in this part of my meditation about my home inspector's failure to see my faulty wiring. And that ran through my head, and it kind of made me chuckle. Because we do go about finding blame when we can't figure something out ourselves, right? And in that moment, I had this mental imagery of my home inspector because he had brought him up. And I remember him, his name was Greg, and he had a great sense of humor. He was very light and just a nice being. And I was walking around, and he didn't mind me following me around and putting my nose in everything he was looking at and asking questions. And we went outside, and we were walking the perimeter of the house. So he was getting familiar, and he was testing things out as he saw them. And I remembered something the home inspector said. Don't forget that box out there on the front wall. Box. He had pointed to an electric panel that's used by the electric company. And he said exclusively because it has a metal door that closes on whatever's inside there, and a little tiny plastic lock, so you know not to get in there. It's not for the person, it's for the electric company. And then there's the meter, the glass meter that's up at the top. But with that replay of those words, don't forget there's a box out there. Why do I have to remember there's a box out there when I can't get in it? It's the electric company's thing. But I decided I'm going to go out there and look at that. Not that I know anything. Well, right next to that long, narrow box with the little lock at the bottom and the meter at the top is another long metal box, door, with no lock at the bottom. I opened it up. Oh my, a bunch of circuit breakers. And one was tripped, very obviously, off to the side from all the rest. I switched it back, went in the house, the washer came on. The lights came on. The RV was alight. Well, he told me it's not usual to have a panel on the front of your house. But this house was built in 1959, so he said anything is possible. So when I went out there and was successful, it's because I had an open space in my head through that meditation. It wasn't so narrow and unfocused. So I followed the cues. So the moral of this story is, frustration and fear block the flow of order and harmony. If there is a blockage in the divine system in you, it can't work through you, can it? So if you find yourself, whatever the problem is, whether it's as not serious as your lights go out, or it's as serious as a diagnosis of cancer, and you don't know what to do, remember, please, with me, the power that Jesus tapped is the same power that is within you. The divine nature of law and order is yours to tap into with clarity and faith. You too have a divine home warranty and an additional power source greater than you ever knew. It's a power source that can meet the demands of every need in your life. May the source be with you. And so it is.
Thank you so much. So you're telling me I shouldn't take electricity personally? Wow. My microwave hates me. Actually, our oven hates me right now. I cleaned it. What did I do to offend our oven? I cleaned it. That'll teach me. All right. Of course, who wants an oven in 113-degree weather, right? We are so grateful that you are here. And this is the time in our service when we acknowledge the gifts and the tithes that you present to this church, to this body, in order to keep it moving, to keep that flow. Now, I just want you to take a minute and to consider, we think a church is a building, a church is a family, a church is a group. Just take a moment and look around. Look in each other's eyes. When you are giving to the church, all these people in here, that's who and what you are giving to. We are here to support each other's unfoldment and awakening. Now, part of that sustains that and allows for that is a place where we can do it, which, yes, we pay for electricity and we have salaries and things like that. But I want you to understand that your gifts and tithes come from a deep awareness of your own spiritual value. As Jesus said, "This I do, and you will do greater." That is you, that is me. We are here to do greater. And the more we dare to recognize that, the more we know that we can give from a limitless source, from an infinite source that so wants to bless us with health, that so wants to prosper us with knowing, with comfort, with ease, with compassion, with love, with all of that, that as we choose to know it, we will choose to experience it. And that is the rule. That is the law. That is spiritual law. So we have an affirmation, and what we say is, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. So would you join me in saying that? Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so as I mentioned earlier, if you are here, feel free to put your offering in that box. Bless it as you do it. And know that it has value because you have value. The value comes from you. And if you are at home and you want to text to tithe, which you can also do here, by the way, you are going to, we have a new number for this. Looks like we have a new number for text to tithe. So you are going to text in one word, Unity of Portland, to this number. Those of you at home, take notes, 833-814-3477. The easiest way to do this is go to our website where it says Ways to Give, and you'll have the address. You'll have the app on the website you can use, the button, and you can get that text number. You have all that information, and snail mail, by the way, we love that too. So you can write a check. So right now, what are we going to do? Okay, so in that consciousness of abundance and prosperity, we're going to play another piece of music, and I hope that you will engage with that as well. Do I have to say anything else? I'm asking, sorry. Later we'll talk about my oven. Don't clean. That's the rule, don't clean. I'm kidding. All right, here we go. You can play the game, you can act out the part, though you know it wasn't written for you. But tell me, how can you stand there with your broken heart when you're ashamed of playing the fool? One thing can lead to another. It doesn't take sacrifice. Oh, father and mother, sister and brother, if it feels nice, don't think twice. Better to shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. Oh, 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 shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be just fine if you only will. You can run, but you cannot hide. This is wildly known. And tell me, what do you plan to do with that foolish pride when you're all by yourself alone? Won't you tell somebody the way that you feel? You can feel the ease. I guess it's true what they say about the squeaky wheel always getting the grease. Well, it's better to shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be just fine if you only will. What I'd like to do to you is shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. You know the rain is gonna fall. You know I'm always gonna give you my love. Won't you shower me, shower you? Oh no, oh, oh, oh. Let the sun shine, let the rain shine, let the love fall on you. Won't you shower the people you love with love? Show them the way that you feel. Okay, I have another responsibility here. What am I doing? I'm looking at my list. Hold on. We don't have children coming in today, so we can cross that off. We don't have to play that music, right? Okay.
That's true.
Oh, I know what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to do the peace song.
Okay.
So we're going to do the peace song, and then we will do our prayer for protection. So I think there it is. Would you all stand and just embrace the flow of this power and presence? We can't hold hands during this because we're still not doing that. But just invite it in as we sing, "Let There Be Peace on Earth." Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace what is meant to be, with God as creator. joyous vow to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. And now we're going to say our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Have a wonderful week, and thank you for joining us. Stay cool.